Now let's see Pandas package. Pandas is a package or library in Python used for analyzing and manipulating data. That means it can be used to interpret and operate the data. For example, finding correlation between columns, or finding average value, or finding maximum or minimum value, etc. Therefore, this library is used for working with datasets. Now let's understand what is a dataset. Dataset is a collection of data, that's numbers or values. For example, scores of students or Amazon sales data. Other than these, any set of value or number can be dataset. And in machine learning, dataset is a very useful to work with. So we can say dataset is an important part in machine learning. Now see Pandas DataFrames. DataFrames come with the Pandas package, and it is a two-dimensional data structure. So Pandas DataFrame is like a two-dimensional array or a table with rows and columns. Now let's see how we can create data frames using Pandas. Suppose we have a very small dataset of students and their corresponding marks. That means marks for John, Michael and Nick are 72, 84 and 65 respectively. So when we will create a data frames for this dataset, we will get the result in a tabular form, something like this, in rows and columns. Now we will understand it through a program. So let's open Google Colab editor. Now first rename this file as Pandas, then take a new text cell to make a heading, that is create Pandas data frames. Click here, then double click this, then take a code cell and start writing program here. So first we have to import Pandas as PD. PD is the alias for Pandas. Then we'll have our data students in double quote, then colon, then in square brackets name of the students, John, comma, Michael, comma, in single quote, Nick. Then write a comma after closing square bracket to put marks for all students, that is in double quote, marks, then colon, after that square bracket and their marks, 72, comma, 65, comma, 84 for example. And then we will assign this in a variable data. Now we will create a data frame, and to create data frame we have to call data frame function using PD. Therefore we have to write PD dot data frame, and inside the parentheses we have to pass this variable data, and after that we will assign this in a variable, for example df. So when we'll print this df, we'll get the results in tabular form. Now let's execute it. And you can see we got our results in tabular form, in rows and columns. Now let's understand this program again. First, we have imported pandas as PD. PD is the alias for pandas. That means in our program, we can use PD in place of pandas. Then we have taken our data in curly brace. And inside this, for first column students, we have taken their values in square brackets. Then for second column marks, we have written their values in square brackets. And then finally, we have assigned these values in a variable data. And this data has been passed here while creating a data frame by calling this data frame function using PD. And after creating a data frame for this data, we have assigned it in a variable df. Therefore, when we print this df variable, we'll get our results in a tabular form. Means in two columns, student and marks. That's it. Now we will discuss CSV file in next lecture.